look at this. Let's look at a bit of Bigeneration Bollocks, right? It feels weirdly full circle and like the universe has brought us together. This was just shit. I'm sorry. It was just shit. It was a bad idea that didn't really work. It was just shit with too much money spent on it, right? A really bad idea, right? A really genuinely bad idea. It's that failed, right? That really failed in most ways. I mean, like the whole idea of the David Tennant doctor shooting. It seems to be an excuse to get shooting Gatwa without his knickers on, right? That's what it seems to be. And why would David be wearing two shirts, right? If Shooter's taking some of his clothes, why has David still got? He wore that shirt underneath his other shirt. I don't really understand. Is that an undershirt? I don't know. Fine, Benjamin Cook, douchebag extraordinaire narrates, right? Let's see what they got. Hi, Shooty and David. You're members of a very exclusive club. Only 14 actors have played the lead in this show. Well, I thought there was like 28 actors. Now, who are they, 17? But a surprising number of you are Scottish. What makes Scots such great doctors? Shooty says, the madness, the chippiness. The chippiness? The chippiness. Hi, yeah, we're always up for adventure. Hey. Why is it? Though it's true, there's been a lot of Scottish doctors. It's been 3. There's been, well, David Tennant. He didn't play with Scottish, though. Yeah, Capaldi. And Tennant, but Tennant doesn't count as a Scottish doctor. I'm sorry. Sylvester McCoy. So 2 out of 13. Not a huge number, I guess. How many are saying there now? Because there's some extra ones joining the gang. John Hurt, Joe Martin. John Hurt, yes. Joe Martin, no. He's such a woke fuck, David Tennant, isn't he? Which is the Scottish one? Sylvester McCoy, Peter Capaldi, David, and me. Oh, and also so 3 out of 14 then. We're punching above the. This is just stupid. What were your first impressions of one another? Had you met before the other week? I'm going to guess they're not going to say we hated each other and each other's a cunt, right? I'm going to make a wild stab in the dark, right? That they're going to be very complimentary about each other. What do you think? No, that was our first. We talked on the phone. Yes, we had. Yeah, yes. But we first met at the stunt rehearsal for the Toy Makers game of catch 2 weeks ago. My first impression today was, oh, he's real. Okay. David starts to laugh. And then it was like, oh, his voice sounds just like on the telly. Okay. I couldn't believe it. Then and then Catherine Tate as well. It's like, oh, yeah, look. I think they were just thought, oh, well, everyone's going to be so happy to see Catherine Tate again and David Tennant. We can do any old bollocks, really. Let's make sure chicks with dicks get well represented because nobody's going to mind because of David Tennant and Catherine Tate's on the screen. Didn't really work that well. Equally, Bigeneration did not work. The dumb idea. That failed on every level. Really did. I really would say it failed on every level. You thought I was some mythological creature, says David. Over the sound of David guffawing. Yes, I can't be doing with this. Love this. Ha ha ha. Okay, let's just see the questions. Were you nervous? Fuck off. Not reading that. Were you working with another doctor for the first time? Seems like fun. It is. I'm loving it. Me too, of course. This is the first morning of the BAFTA, Sunday, March 2022, when you were announced as a doctor. Was it? It feels so weirdly full circle, like the universe has put us together. And David reached out when I was announced. Okay, well, that's normal. Yeah, and instantly David was like, I don't know. I don't really have words to describe the experience, but this is magical. It just feels magical. It did. And then you guys kind of fucked it up. I'm sorry. Talking to the other doctors, we talking about David and Jodie Whittaker as well. Jodie Whittaker was never the doctor. I'm sorry, right? I know they called her the doctor. I know she was in the TARDIS. I know the BBC considered her the doctor. I know that she... Wait. Let's have a look at the new Doctor Who magazine. Comes out we'll do x.com and then DWM tweets. There we go. DWM tweets. Yearbook now, piss off. Wait, I thought they had a picture of it come out already. Didn't they have a picture of it out recently? Oh no. Maybe it's on Facebook. I don't know. Hang on. Let's look at. I will look at Facebook, right? I'll look at Facebook. Doctor Who magazine, I guess. Doctor Who magazine. Here we go. Because I saw the cover, but I thought that was on Twit. No, not there either. Weird. Here, maybe look over there. Do Doctor Who magazine? Maybe let's try BBC Doctor Who. Maybe it's on that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Fine, let me pull it up. Hang on. Issue 600. Oh, yeah, we'll just do it this way. Hang on. Share screen. Here it is. So this looks like it was a huge pain in the ass. Look at all these copies of Doctor Who magazine. They're like scattered everywhere. Holy crap. That was a lot of work. That's a crazy amount of work. And I actually have all these copies. And then you had to clean. I mean, they go all the way in the back as well. Then you had to clean it up afterwards. That's a weird cover. Right? That is a weird cover. Jodie's in there, but I'm sure she is. They just can't quit it, right? They can't quit Jodie. Fine. Oh, Doctor, let me hug you so much. It's so Doctor Who-y. Fuck off. Oh, we're the bestest friends ever. It was sort of the part you feel proprietary about because it's all consumed. Okay, blah blah blah. Was that actually answering the question? Okay, David. Given that you and Jodie are pals, okay, did they make handing over to you easy? Do you think? Well, she didn't hand over. You know, she filmed her regeneration and then walked away, and they had no idea who the next Doctor was going to be because she had killed Doctor Bloody Who, right, by the time. Like, she had absolutely killed Doctor Who. So, like, it's not like they were in the same room at the time, was it? I think it did, which was really lovely because it is weird, that whole moving on thing. Oh, we were all ecstatic, right? We just thought we were moving on to something better, not differently awful. But again, 35 minutes of Doctor Who came out 4 hours, which I thought was quite good. But I thought was I'm okay to watch again, right? So it's not hard to feel like you're being displaced. Well, you were. I mean, I'm not suggesting that Jodie had feelings particularly vividly, but I hope because I'm a mate that slightly took the edge off. She was gone. She was totally finished with the role by the time you showed up, right? I think maybe Chris Chibnall failing to the extent that the show was cancelled, right? They couldn't find anybody to take it over, and then Russell T Davies came along and said, "Oh, you know, David Tennant wants to do a few episodes. Would you like? Well, maybe that, and you could do a few more episodes afterwards, like maybe two or three years worth. Would you like that, David? Maybe." Russell actually was it, but I'm hoping because I'm a mate, took the edge off slightly. I was able to phone Jodie and say, "Listen, this is a laugh. Isn't this funny?" I'm sure you're friends with her, right? She was a massive incompetent. She was a massive failure in the role. I was one of the first people she called, and she got when she got cast. So it was lovely to be able to return the favor. Wait, so you broke the news to Jodie? At some point, she got a phone call from the next Doctor, and surprise, it turned out to be you. Yeah, she did. I have the call recorded. Do I want to hear it? What did you say? Basically, it's Jodie swearing. Yeah. I believe it. That's Jodie for you. No clue. right? No clue about how to conduct herself with the character. That's amazing. Jodie is everything. What? Shooty's saying, that's amazing. Jodie is everything. She paved the way. How? What, for shit Doctor Who? And I got a call from the two of you on BAFTA Day. Meant the world. Okay. Shooty, yesterday you had your first day on set. You're bounded with such confidence. How are you feeling inside? Pure terror. Okay. How is it? How do you feel to be back? David said, I was terrified. Well, you had right to be. You were done, mate. This was not a good experiment, you coming back. I want to be clear. This was not a successful experiment, right? In any way, shape, or form. Not a successful experiment. One second. Tell me about regeneration and what is it? How does it work? Nobody fucking knows. It's a way to make it probably separate it out for Disney and bring back the old doctors without having to explain why they look older. It stings a bit. Oh yes, haha! Ouch. We're all learning. I think shot by shot right now. Okay. 1 second. It's never been done before by Generation. The Doctor regenerates into two, and it's shit. It was such a shit idea, right? I mean, like, we've had a couple of months to sit with it, and you go, yeah, that was shit. That really was shit. It was a really awful idea. Selfishly, it's really nice to get to play the scene with another Doctor. That's quite rare. Well, everybody likes, multi-Doctor stories. But again, Russell's motivation was saying he wanted to do a multi-Doctor story with the next Doctor. So I still think he should have had a surprise revelation where he starts off with Shooter's Doctor. And then you have a parallel story showing how he got to the Bigeneration. But does Shooter's Doctor know anything about the Bigeneration? None of it makes sense. That's quite rare. But you've done it before with Matt Smith. Yeah, I did, and with John Hurt, although he was, that was the first time playing the Doctor. But it's still quite unusual, especially at the changeover moment. I mean, I never met Chris Eccleston when we swapped over. When I hand over to Matt, we sort of said hi, and we had our photos taken together. Then I buggered off, and he got on with it. And even more recently, Jodie and I weren't in the same room. It was months later. It was like a year later, wasn't it? It was so nice to have this moment. A few days, they're actually played together. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, mate. It was shit, including the bit where Shooty gets out the comedy mallet and makes another TARDIS. Oh God, I hated it. We can't notice you're sharing a costume. Yes, we are. It's totally not about Russell Davis wanting to have Shooty run around in his knickers. When I was pitched to you, Shooty, that you'll be doing your first episode in your underpants, was an instant yes. You seem very okay. Yes, it was an instant yes. I mean, look, telling Shooty he's got to wear more clothes, it will be a no, right? Shooty likes to get his kit off, right? He's up for that. I'm definitely okay with it. Laughing, yeah, we know, darling, we know. We just need to look at my Instagram and see it's fine. Yeah, we know that your clothes challenge, right? Shooty's been working out. He isn't shy about showing off the results on Insta. Yeah, we know, Shooty. We understand. It was like not a problem here. So this is the new look, the new costume. We were thinking, where are they going to put the mic? Okay. So Anne Gaharad, who's the sound assistant, says, I think we can clip it to your boxers if you're happy to do that. Okay, yes. Yeah. Oh my God, this is boring. Going through much of the episode emotionally, he's really in a dark place. And then you get a moment of pure wonder and joy. It just didn't work. It didn't come off like this. It just came off as gay. That was really, it just came off as gay. All the hugging. Because look, this era is super duper gay. I hate to tell you this. To be fair, you spent most of your first episode in pajamas. Yeah. Doink. So look, but what is about this character, the Doctor, that appeals to you? The characteristics in which drew you in. Well, finally, actually get to a question which is, somewhat relevant, which would tell us how he wants to play it. I feel very, very connected to the Doctor for a number of reasons. Well, what are they? But I think ultimately it's because the Doctor is hope. Fuck, I hate when I say Doctor is hope because they don't know what hope means. Hopeless, maybe. They see hope in everything. They fight for each life that they come across. Even Daleks, they will defend. Well, not defend, but, well, they said do have the right. See the best in, right? Well, maybe not the Daleks. I don't know. If I get to meet a Dalek, I don't know if I will. I might. Heavily rumored being the season finale, but also heavily rumored there's no returning monsters. I might find out. It's just so beautiful that there's this show about aliens that teaches you so much about humanity. Well, that's the thing. I don't think I'm up for Russell Davies teaching me things about humanity because I think a real central part of human existence, or of human existence, is marrying and having children, or like having a spouse and having children. I think that's really like it's your starting block in life, in growth, And I understand there's many people out there who, well, I mean, everyone can get married now, but there's, if you're gay, having kids is much harder. I agree with it, but like for the vast majority of people, the act of parenting is the key to understanding what humanity is. And if you haven't done that and you have no intention of doing that, and it's something that you wouldn't do in a million years, then I don't think you really understand it that well, right? And I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry to be like dismissive, but it's really, I think that's a really central thing. And it's always a triumph of intelligence over ignorance, says David. Well, not your era, the 14th, and compassion over thoughtlessness. Let me ask you, how is it encouraging children to sexually mutilate themselves compassionate? That just seems it's narcissistic, rather, right? And I understand you're very proud you have a kid who, let me get this straight. Let me get one thing straight. I'm not, right? It's not healthy, right? It's not normal for 6-year-olds talking about their sexual preferences, right? It's much better when they're talking about watching Crackerjack, right? It's much better for them. But again, I think this is why the experience of parenting is very, very important to understand what humanity is, what the human condition is. Seeing the light in the dark and not judging others. You judge everybody. The doctor never judges. Jodie's doctor certainly did, but they judge everybody. Oh, you're a fascist. Why? Because you don't think chicks have dicks. Oh, you're so cruel to the poor children who say chicks have dicks. You hurt their feelings. Unless you prove them wrong, someone's proven themselves to be guilty, they can display ruthlessness. Okay. You said earlier, David, that from the moment you're cast, people start talking to you about how you play the Doctor. But how do you both decide? Where do you start? I think it's really guided by the writing. Well, obviously, if the script says the Doctor smiles, that means he's smiling, right? You got Rusty Davis's Doctor Who showrunner who writing brilliant words. Well, they used to be able to. So that really does take quite a lot of pressure off. After all, it's the way that it occurs to you. I don't know how conscious any particular decisions really are, but really Russell's words kind of work through you. I would love to see Ncuti Gatwa and Jodie Whittaker film like scenes from like Pyramids of Mars. I think Ncuti can pull it off. Don't think Jodie could. Already got a lot, but it's all about I read the script, is what they're saying. There's an energy that runs through the character and runs through the whole script that you kind of sweeps you up, and you can't really do anything other than just let it in. The Doctor's not human, and so they're like a beautiful character that everyone can kind of place themselves into. It works because of what Russell has written and the energy. See, why do you want to have everybody place themselves inside the Doctor? I think that makes the Doctor more boring. You just got to chuck your own energy at it, blah, 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 blah. It is true. I hope is that true? I hope it's true. Was it? You just got to chuck your own energy at it. But it's also, it's one of the characters that there's not really a wrong way to play. Can I point you to Jodie Whittaker, who played it wrong in every freaking moment, right? Like every freaking moment. Every acting decision was wrong, including accepting the role. Oh, Icky Thump, I'll be Dr. Juffido. Oh, Icky Thump. You can only take scripts from any of the doctors, and, you know, there's a template of the doctor that's fairly interchangeable. Again, I want to see Jodie Whittaker doing "Do I do right" speech from Genesis of the Daleks. She can't pull it off. I don't mean in a reductive way. I don't know what I mean. I mean that hopefully each doctor will become unique because they're played by a different person. Well, yeah, you've got to get a big personality to play it. That's why Tom Baker was cast pretty much instantly. All right, it becomes a channel through the prism of the actor who's playing it. I would say that if you try to make too many self-conscious decisions about the character, what the character is, it kind of gets in the way because you're letting your instincts. I mean, look, again, Jodie Whittaker's performance was nothing but clunk, right? Nothing but clunk. Because the Doctor's a bit anarchic and free, and the more you allow that, the more you can follow, you can allow it to play rather than the other way around. I think that's probably what it's most successful for me. That's good advice. Talking advice, David, any pointers what you're doing how to pilot the TARDIS? I haven't seen the new one yet. It's still being built. There's great excitement in the meeting, in meeting that console for the first time. But yeah, again, the TARDIS. Another example of way too much money spent for negative results, right? It really is. I'll be leaving detailed instructions. I'll be watching on TV expecting them to follow. Fine. Let's talk about you're both proper famous now. David, again, I don't know. Shooter's more famous than I am. Pish. Who cares? But it goes. But does Doctor Who hit? Does Doctor Who fame hit differently? There's a unique challenges to being known for a particular role. Well, it's a very cross-generational. Everybody's aware of it, from 5-year-olds to 95-year-olds. Not anymore, mate. Viewing figures through the toilet. And that makes that takes a bit of getting used to. That's what I'm discovering. You're already getting recognized as a doctor. Yeah, don't worry, that's going to die down soon. I think your era is not going to be very successful. I think it's going to be less successful than Jodie's. Look, unless you just hit a hard stop on all the gay shit. What was that? What's that great meme? I think I have it right here. 1 second. Yeah, here it is. Share screen. Well-established franchise, Disney. Oh, come back here. Disney, gay shit, well-established franchise. Yeah. So much gay shit. So much Disney. Okay, where was it? Yes. At OMG, on my way to Milan this past weekend for Milan Fashion Week, I was late as always, and a group of black kids. Why did you tell me the black? Why can't they be kids? Were there, and a bunch of like London black kids were there, and like, it's a doctor. This is Shooty speaking, not David. It was really nice actually that they were like, you should jump in TARDIS. I thought, oh, that's so lovely. That show has like ignited. They're not going to continue watching it. Like, if you don't make Doctor, here's the truth. People who like Doctor Who. If you change what Doctor Who is, the people who like Doctor Who won't watch it, and the people you want to get to watch it won't watch it because they don't like Doctor Who. How do we know this? Look at Star Wars. Look at Marvel. Right? They made them female-oriented brands, and nobody watches them. Right? Because they're not the thing. But the people who like Star Wars and Marvel would watch them. Would watch Marvel if you hadn't chased them away with your bullshit. So it's very interesting level of fame. It's another level. I don't think there's anything like it because it's such an institution, and because you said it's a cross-generational, but there's an ownership to it. People feel, as they should, an ownership because it's something that belongs to all of us. So yeah, so can you keep your gay shit a little bit to yourself, mate? I'm talking to Rascal really. So yeah, no, that's taking a bit of getting used to, but I like it. David Green, yeah, it feels nice. It's just very lovely. It's a real honor to be in the middle of that. Well, it is. And look, I have to tell you, while I rank on Shooty, and then you get that I'm being reactionary. I am being reactionary, like because I didn't like a lot of the specials, but last 35 minutes were good, right? And I find him very charming. Else. The big story at the beginning of this week was the death of Big Finish. It's going down, baby, like Titanic. Not so much, but it looks a bit. And look, go look at my channel. I very much said, yeah, I believe this completely. Right, I did believe it completely. It really, really matched my prejudice. I heard from somebody, very involved in production of Big Finish. No. It's bollocks, mate. It's absolute bollocks. It's doing fine. The counts always look like that. You just don't know how to read it, which is true. I don't know how to read it either, right? And then this week they've released so far announced three new box sets coming up, right? Which was my main reason I believe they didn't. Everything seemed to be not happening, right? Although still know anything about the Dr. Ruth box set. Wouldn't that be great if that doesn't come out? But yeah, let's look at. We saw a whole bunch of new things come out. What's the what was the deal of the week I just saw? Big Finish Classic. I mean, how many of these things are there? Sarah Jane said, nah, it's not worth it. How much is it? 50% off? No. Oh, you get the full thing for $15. Even so, yeah, it really this was really skippable, right? Genuinely skippable. Talked to another postcard from Mr. Colchester. Whatever. Tortured One sale. I like Tortured One. Let's see how much things are. What's the one rule? Yeah, we put the oldest first. Sort by oldest first because I only listen to the first few of these. One rule. That was just a standalone one, right? That was a Tracy Hanover one. This one, the machines are good, but I think $22 is too much for it, frankly. So I'm going to say no, on that one. What's the next one? So we have Sarah Jane Smith, Torture One, Deal of the Week. Not for now, not really. Fine. So here, let's look at news. Because again, we had a bunch of release announcements, and let's go for it. Because again, I was so convinced that, like, yeah, that's it. The time has come to say sayonara. So they're doing more Jake Dubman 12th Doctor? Oh, that's weird. Why? His 12th Doctor really is his weakest thing he does. It was okay as a narrator, but when he's playing the character, it was an utter failure, right? It was an utter failure. Which is it's a shame that Kamadi will have nothing to do with Doctor Who ever again. I do like that cover though, although it's so like a BBC box ticky having who was that Visha Palmer, right? It just feels like look, we got a token. Look at our tokens, and I really think it's a BBC edict. Well, who knows though. Who knows? Or maybe she's good. But here's the thing. You condition me to expect low quality when I see non-white males, right? Because I've seen a lot of non-white males over the last 7-8 years, and I've seen a lot of low quality. Maybe you should have kept the quality up, right? So let's see what this is about. His word is as good as his bond. Jacob Dubman is back in brand new 12th Doctor Chronicles due for release in March 2024. From Big Finish Productions. So it's Chronicles, which means he's the narrator, I think. Right? So let's see who's writing this. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, this is a no. Right? This is a totally a no. The 12th Doctor has always been one to resist authority, but now he finds himself inducted into the Time Agency and you only die twice. 3 new action-packed full cast. I'm not interested in full cast adventures following on the events from the 2021 acclaimed box set Time Jet. Who acclaimed it? Who had anything like that? It's been memory hold. I totally forgot it. Agent Who. When the Time Agency faces its greatest threat, Kira Sandstorm knows there's only one man for the job, but saving the universe is one thing. Keeping the Time Agent Doctor in line is far more impossible. Oh, God, I hate this. Jacob Dubin returns to portray the 12th Doctor, the 12th incarnation of the Time Lord, where alongside Vijay Palmer, best known to Doctor Who fans as Yaz's sister, Sonia Khan. Well, why would Doctor Who fans know about the Jodie era? I don't know about it. And it's a scant $23. No! Or download it. No, £18. At £19 download. No, that's a no. So we got Sunstrike via Georgina Cook. His clients have conquered millions of worlds. His weapons have ended billions alive. But his private resort has a sort of security that only trillions of credits can buy. Not even the Time Agency can bring Quartermaster to justice, which is why Kira has enlisted a new recruit. The Doctor has faced many villains, but this time he'll have to become one. Actually, I have to tell you, if Capaldi was doing this as a mini season, I would like it. Right? I'm being a bit po-faced. Right, but the only writer I recognize is Theo Trevorway, who changed the name from another thing. I don't know. It was just it seems to be that cliquey identity hiring is the way to go. It's a Big Finish. Like, although again, BBC probably insists on it as well. But do they fight? I don't know. I really don't know. So, Never the End is by Ben Teds. Come to collect. Everyday pilgrims seek absolution. The Basaka of Marizel, like the painter who sees impossible things, or the stranger who remembers people he's never met, or the time agents trapped in a town that time forgot. But Christoph Haseman will have no absolution. Once he made the deal again, with, and at last the devil has. Again, I think if this was a mini season with Capaldi, I would love the shit out of this. Right, this time it's personal. You only die twice. That's the entire thing. So we got is it Jake Dunham? Yeah. With each go at the 12th Doctor that Jacob Dublin gets is stronger before. No, I really don't think so. Right? When was this film? When was this recorded? It was recorded December 1st, 2020. So this is the latest recording thing, right? Yeah. This doesn't look good. How big is the cast? It says there's a full cast audio drama, and there's only two people listed. How big is it? Let's look at the cast for Time Jacked. How big was that cast? I bet it's about the same size, right? I bet it's about the same size. I can't believe this is financially viable. That enough people buy this that it will break even. But okay, if they make it, they make it. Then this is coming out with, this is the third. Yeah, this is the third of the Sontaras versus Routons. I like the way they're doing very different seeming, different TARDIS crews. So first we had 8th Doctor Chris and Charlie, and then we had the 3rd Doctor Brigadier, which is a more normal one. And now we got 6th Doctor and Charlie. Right there again, it was it was a good little era. I did enjoy that era. And generally speaking, the first one of these Sontaras versus Routons was very good, right? So this is one for March, but that's not a new announcement. This one's a new announcement, right? And this is why I really thought the Big Finish were in real trouble, because this is it was a March release, and there was no word about what it was at all, right? If it'd been recorded. And again, I think announcing, this is the second thing they announced this week, right? The joy of 6, especially with Nicola Brightser. Get ready to mark 4 decades of the 6th Doctor this spring with a brand new box set, full cuts ordered on from Big Finish Productions. Honestly, I think they might have killed the my 6E, right? It's just like they're always so bloody woke, right? They're always so woke. I think I'll give it a miss. But yeah, honestly, I think, but maybe let's see if they can talk me around, right? Good writers on it. Jacqueline Rayner, Chris Chapman, and Robert Valentine. I can't argue with there. The most bombastic and colourful Time Lords first arrived on screens on the 16th of March in 1984, and the end of the Doctor Who story, The Caves of Androzani. To commemorate this occasion, March 24 sees the 6th Doctor materialise in The Quinn Dilemma, a 6-part audio drama starring Colin Baker. Well, that's interesting, doing a 6-parter with him. He has no one. Oh, okay, 6. He's the 6th Doctor. 6E is reunited with not only his television companions Perry and Mel, but also the 2 companions created for him on audio, Constance and Flip. Well, what about Evelyn, even though she's dead, right? I don't know. I think they should find some way of referencing her. Right, the guest can also be contained. The guest cast also has a brilliant selection of actors making their Big Finish debuts, including Johnny Broadbent from Thomas and Friends, and there's Villain Quinns, the Carrie Quinlan, Andrew Dunn, Sanjeev Kohil, and Nikki Kelly from Heidi Hype. I mean, that's wild, going back a while. So $18 download. If you want to get they're only doing 1,500 copies, and it will not be repressed. I'm not getting a pressing of it. Fine. So it's a 6-part story. So there's 6 like hour-long episodes by the looks of it. Is it how many? One second. Let's have how many backstage? No. Production. 3 discs. Okay, so each episode is 30 minutes long each, right? Fine. So we got the Excitation by Jacqueline Rayner. Fine. Hints of a temporal anomaly bring the Doctor and Mel to the Arul Alpol on the day King Otho steps down as ruler, but Otho has a dilemma. Which of his 5 sons should succeed his throne? He has a deadly game near mind to solve the problem, and the target is a certain Time Lord. Okay. Escape from the Holy Island. The history book tells us that the 8th of June, 1793, the Holy Island of Linsfarn was burnt to the ground by Viking raiders, but history also recalls that a fiery dragon was seen in the sky. Can that be true? This is by Chris Chapman. With time running out, the Dr. Perry and young H.G. Wells. Oh, he's back. Do you have the same guy playing him, I wonder? Try to mobilize the island's monks as real raiders of the Linsfarn Thunder over the North Sea, and they don't look like Vikings. Okay. Robert Valentine does sibling rivalry. The Doctor, Constance and Flip, a good combination. Flip are stuck on an alien planet in the middle of a civil war. To make matters worse, the Sontarans have invaded. Okay, to make matters even worse, 2 dastardly Quinns, the volatile Claret and the odious Delan, are both on the scene, and Doctor may not survive their furious competition. This actually, I have to say, sounds quite good. Oh, don't make me want you. Don't make me want you. Children of the Revolution, with their plans causing havoc, the wicked Quinns, Clarence and Dillian are at loggerheads, but their schemes of Sontar and Barrymore, Marshall score reach the climax. Oh, it's the climax. The only thing seems more dangerous than the brothers competing against each other is them joining forces. So, this sounds like Big Finish doing kind of the same structure as Flux, right? It really does feel like that, doesn't it? The 1,000-Year Thaw by Chris Chapman. Once every 1,000 years, the frozen planet of Zykrus thaws, revealing the most fertile soil in the universe for a brief window. Zykrus becomes the farming capital of the cosmos and brings with it many visitors, including a small blue box with its 2 occupants keen to stretch their legs. But as the ice melts, the temperature rises. The Doctor and Perry realize the small stroll may be the last one they take ever. Okay, finally, the Quinns succeed in their quest a little too well. Multiple Doctors congregate on Arampol, bring with them a terrible threat to reality. Well, this actually okay. Oh, don't make me want you. Don't make me want you. This actually sounds pretty good. Oh, are you going to be woke? Oh, I feel like a battered wife. Maybe you'll be nice this time. So Jack and Ryan's also producer. So it's a 40th anniversary one. I don't know. I'm very tempted. I'm very tempted by this. Let's have a look. Let's see how much it is again. $24 out in March. Oh. Maybe. You might have talked me around, right? You might have talked me around. I don't know. That looks pretty good. I'm such a softie, right? I crumble so easily. And then finally, when was that recorded? Wait. Come back. When was this recorded? Okay, I'm trying to find like the last thing, the last recording date. Backstage, December 18th. Okay, this is clearly, what made it look like they didn't have anything going on was the website wasn't updated. Right? It seems to be just that. And then this was announced today. Looks like the 6th Doctor meets the brain crabs. Now, I like the brain crabs a lot. I really liked that last Christmas. The only thing I didn't like about it was how they didn't write Clara out being old in it. I thought that would have been lovely. Poignant, right? And I think that would have made his second season much stronger, right? A brand new box set of audio adventures awaits the 5th Doctor and his friends to release in April from Big Finish Productions. The Dream Team. Well, at least this this box set has a specific title, which actually the last one did as well, right? That makes a big difference for me, right? That really makes a big difference if they have a specific title, right? Not a generic title, right? A specific one. Hopefully, who knows? Let's see who's writing it. Let's see what's in it. So, Brexit from Big Finish Productions. Mysteries come in all shapes and sizes and forms. A small-scale murder to an alien conspiracy, and when they arise, the Dr. Tegan and Nyssa, Dr. Tegan, Nyssa, and Agatha are the perfect team to deal with them. Okay. Pete Davidson stars in the 5th Doctor in the Doctor Who box set, The Dream Team. Joining him for full cast audio drama are Matthew Waterhouse, Sarah Sutton, Janet Fielding as companions. Adric, Nyssa, and Tegan encountering death and deadly dreams. Oh, so the 2 unconnected stories. Oh, I hate that. I really hate that. Right? Oh, the dream. It's now went back to being generic again. And Lizzie Hopley as well. Okay. There's 3 stories on this. Let's have a look. So we have the Norfolk Murders by Tim Foley. I quite like Tim Foley. St Andrews, Scotland. The Norfolk are a university, are a university society meeting through the summer to discuss murder mysteries, innocent escapism during wartime. They say their latest book, the casebook of Orion Hood, whose hero is all too familiar to the Doctor. When the real life murder, I'm not interested. I'm out already. That last one interested me. This one doesn't at all. When a real life murder occurs after the gathering, the Doctor's friends encourage him to investigate. Is one of the merfolk responsible,
or what's the described result of espionage or envy. The Doctor must embrace his dear stalker once more, and so not interested. The dream team. So this is a two-parter. Welcome to the Concordium, the one-stop destination for the elite and effective corporate bonding. Lizzie hopefully talking about how much she doesn't like corporations while she adores corporations. A protected wonder of the universe is being exploited for company away days, but the Dr. Tegan and Nissa and Adric land to charity organizers. They fall into a web of perfectly tailored nightmares as the Doctor confronts one of the most dangerous monsters in existence, one that uses his own mind against him, that feeds his companions to fall deeper into the trap. Yeah, okay, Dream Crabs. Okay, a Dream Crab. This box set also includes the second of the 24 interludes read by Dan Starkley. Interludes is a 1-hour audiobook with special music, blah, blah, blah. So that is Meanwhile Turlo by the uber woke Jonathan Blum. Jonathan Blum was embarrassingly woke before, it was fashionable. So, and he was embarrassingly woke. He probably still is. I have no idea. There's a crisis in Grey Solent, and only the Dr. Tegan and Turlo can stop it, except one of them may be otherwise occupied. Turlo has managed to find a crisis of his own, a very personal one. While his friends are saving the planet, he's trying to save himself. Super not interested in this. The Dream Team. You're dreaming. You think I'm going to buy. How much is this shit? 20. So when was it recorded though? This was recorded a while ago. Okay. Me being convinced, Doctor, that Big Finish was on its knees was from them not updating the website. But I'm not buying this shit. Leave me alone. I'm not buying it. Leave me alone. It doesn't look like it's very good, right? It does not look very good. Fine. With that, ladies and gentlemen, let us have a little peruse of the new Doctor Who magazine, right? Which just gets weirder and weirder and weirder, right? I think that's the only way to describe it. It gets weirder and weirder and weirder. In fact, here, I think it's on Facebook. Let me see if I can find it. We go over here. 1 second. Facebook video downloader. So this is a 600 issue, and it's just a weird cover that they're very, very proud of, right? They are very proud of it. There we go, Doctor Who magazine. They didn't put this on Twitter. They only put this on what's it called again? Facebook. And I'm sorry, I just find the new editor weird and creepy. I'm not saying he's a paedophile, but if he turned out to be, I'll be like, oh, that makes sense. And again, I'm not saying he's a paedophile. I'm really not. I'm really, really genuinely not. But there's just a creepy vibe I get off him. Don't know what to tell you. So this video came out with it. No problem being here. How you doing? Everyone here, tardy box again. They did get tired after the first box set.
Hello? Yes? No, you're absolutely right. Yes, we are on the TARDIS, and yes, you will soon be seeing everything.
So they're very excited about this cover that they did, which I don't tell you, it's not that impressive to me. I mean, it looks like there was a shit ton of work involved in making it, and they should have had a few interns to do it. That console's just ridiculously too big. It really is just ridiculously too big. They're reading issues of it when it was good. Yeah, this cover just looks very labor intensive to me. And they're very proud. I mean, like, this video goes on for a while.
Every single issue of DWM ever.
Every single issue.
Every
600 issues.
Happy 600!
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Like, I think it's kind of normal to be creeped out by this. No, they basically they took a ton of time to do this. Look how big that console is. It's ridiculous.
Head to issue 700, shall we? Right, we're off.
Best of luck with that, mate. Okay, so they're very excited about issue 600, right? Very excited. But yeah, okay, look, okay, now this is so weird. Okay. Okay, if you're from the 80s, they used to have comic books that were, there was Photo Love, that was the girl one, and Eagle, when that came back. They had all these photo stories, which are much like, look at this. This is just so weird. Look, Marco Polo 1 to 4, 5 to 7. There's skin ringing. I like that they're having fun with it. It's cute, but oh, where'd it go? Come back.
Oh, do you want my honest opinion about that?
But like, it goes on for a while.
How many pages? How many pages are devoted to this?
6 pages.
And this is something that's $10.99 is the ticket. It's £10.99 to buy this.
This was like an extra magazine they put in. Hey, so this was going to be my headline story. Oh, Tim Quinn and Dickie Howard. I guess that's why it's here.
They're back.
Oh, look at that.
They're back for issue 600.
So look, the ratings, right? They put the live ratings in.
Okay.
They're awful. Look at them.
Let's have a look.
2.41 on Christmas Day. Look, I'm sorry. The 7-day ratings came out 10 days later. They seem really suspect. They include anybody who watched it for a minute or more, I think. I just don't think they're legit. I think this 2.92 seems much more legit to me.
Well, these live ratings that we get now, I forget. We had this before, didn't we? Because this is another thing. These live ratings are something that only came to light about 3 years ago. And
it was with the Legend of the Sea Devils.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Now you mentioned it. So because we didn't realize, did we? We assumed that the overnight rating, the overnight ratings aren't in here, are they? They've been rolled into the 7-day rating, which does make a certain amount of sense. But seeing it next to this new figure, this live rating, which is obviously lower across the board, I mean, I'm tempted to kind of discount the thing is, all of these figures, it's all well and good, but I think we've also not got to forget that this is to be judged against the entire TV landscape of the time. Not people watching 15 years ago, what they're watching 20 years ago, and certainly not what they were watching in the 70s or the 80s is irrelevant. When you put that extra column of data there, it can't help but those are shockingly low figures. But then again, are they comparative to other things? I haven't seen these figures before, so I feel like I can comment.
Say the right comparison to make will be Mr. Bates versus the Post Office, which wasn't woke. Right?
I don't know.
It told a compelling story, and it got 12-30 million overnight.
I think it will depend on. I haven't looked into this quite a lot in the last couple of months. I'm not saying that you or other people haven't, but I've noticed that how and why Bob classify the things as they do. Something like, I don't know about this Post Office drama, but I would be interested in to see which night of the week it's actually on, which time slot it's in, and which category it falls into. Some people have been dunking on Doctor Who with the Gladiator ratings and ratings for The Traitor, which are technically classed they're game shows. They're
they always got higher ratings.
Yeah, light entertainment traditionally does. You know, with the Mr. Bates drama. So I know so little about it. It's not fair for me to say. I gather that it's done very, very well for ITVX, which has been ITV's struggling streaming service, which is very nice to look at, but it buffers, or at least whenever I try and watch anything on it, it buffers really badly. But looking at these figures, if I look at these 7-day ratings figures, I maintain that those figures are perfectly fine. I don't think.
I agree with you.
We've got a drop off of 400,000 viewers in between the episodes over 4. That's pretty insignificant, all things considered. Would I like them to be higher? Of course I would. Which Doctor Who fan wouldn't? But it is what it is. They're no cause for alarm. They could look better, but they could look a lot worse. That's my gut instinct.
The full overnight is 5.08. So they're saying that 2.16 million people watched it on iPlayer. That sounds reasonable to me, actually.
See, I had no idea that. I mean, to think that, and this is opening it all up a little bit. We've got nearly 70 million people in Britain officially. There's probably closer to 80. We've got 70 million people in Britain, and how many people? Probably about 30 to 40 million people, households. Sorry, pay a license fee, and yet only 2.5 million of those people are watching. I'm not just talking about Doctor Who, but the average drama.
In the context of of what they're. But the trouble is this: why does the BBC not want to switch to being a streaming model? Because then they've got to cut out their woke shit that nobody's interested in watching.
Yeah, they've got to be commercial. They've got to actually program to the things that people actually want to see.
Yeah, and they would rather die. Right? They would rather die.
They would.
Oh God, they're so into this cover. I get it. They spent all day scattering Doctor Who magazines all over this piece of shit new TARDIS console. The more you show it to me, the more I hate it. Okay, leave me alone with it. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.